a decade. He pastored the largest church in America for many, many years. He's a true father. He was probably at the time about 78, 79 years old. And he was standing on the platform right next to the president in the Olympic Stadium. The entire night encouraging me. It was one of the highlights of the entire campaign, really. At the end of that night, he said, Dominic, I want you to come to Los Angeles. I want you to see and speak at the Dream Center. Him and his son Matthew opened up what they call the Dream Center in downtown LA 24 years ago. They call it the Dream Center the church that never sleeps because 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're rescuing the most vulnerable people from the streets. Drug addicts and homeless people and people without hope come to this place and are revitalized and repurposed, and really their entire life is transformed. I spoke at the Dream Center that Thursday, we toured the building, and that night we're in downtown Los Angeles having dinner with Matthew and Tommy, and Pastor Tommy looks over the table and he says, Dominic, I gotta tell you, we're gonna edit this part out of the podcast because this is just for OC this morning. He said, Dominic, I have to tell you, the entire time I was in Honduras, I couldn't shake this question. What if you brought your 2,000 missionaries to Los Angeles? What if we did a One Nation, One Day type outreach in a city in America, and specifically in LA? He said, I'll tell you, we can get Dodger Stadium. I'll work with the mayor. We'll call the celebrities we know. We'll work with and he starts the cast vision for 25 minutes about what it would be like if this mandate came to America. Now, this is 2014. I have no vision for it. I had even no passion for it at the time. But he and Matthew, such generals and such leaders, are speaking this, and I just thought this is a sacred thing, so I just held it in my heart for 4 years. And we, of course, relocated the ministry headquarters to Southern California 2 years ago. That conversation resurfaced in a massive way. Through the last 6 months, we've been on this journey. You know, you don't want to stumble into one of the most influential cities in the world. In many ways, you'd say LA would be the last city in America you would start. Not the first city. Why not start in the Bible Belt? Start in Tulsa. Start in Dallas. Start in some great city in Alabama. Why would you start in one of the most secularized cities in the world? And yet, I was praying the other day and I said, Lord, before we go, I want to know this is you. And he simply said this, I will be with you as you go towards LA. And actually this entire message came from that simple phrase that Jesus said to me. He said, I will be with you as you go to LA. And I began to work backward and say, Lord, when did you promise me you'd be with me? He said, I promise you I'd be with you when you go into all the world and make disciples of nations and people groups. He said, I promise you even when I'll be with you when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He said, I promise you I'll be with you when you chart into the unknown. I promise you whether you go to the heights of heaven or the depths of the grave, I'll be with you. I will always be with you. I will never leave you or forsake you. I thought, Lord, if you're telling me you'll be with me, that's enough. And all of us independently as a leadership team, Gabe, Jen, myself, man, we all felt the same word in our heart. 20,000, 20K. And I began to see, we're going to believe God for the largest missions team in history in the year 2020. 20K for LA. By the grace of God, in the next 45 days, and I only say this at home because I want, this ministry was incubated out of Oakland Church. So I'd like to give you guys news early. We won't tell the world till May or June, but in the next 90 days, I'll be sitting with Mayor Garcetti in Los Angeles. We'll be talking to the people who manage Dodger Stadium. We're believing, as if 20,000 missionaries come to LA, we'll give 1 million hours of service to the city. And I thought the Lord dropped this line in my heart: love has no limits. That will be the campaign. 1 million hours of irrational love, of service to a broken city, but to the world's communication capital. And if it can happen in LA, it can happen anywhere. And I say that this morning to say, I believe there are seeds of vision that God's been saying to you. There are dreams, there are seeds of desire He's been planting in your heart. And you're asking the question, is it possible? Hear the Lord tell you today, with me, you are limitless. Just like there's no limits with God, there's no limits with us. It's easy for us to believe nothing's impossible with God. But remember what Jesus said to the disciples. He said, nothing will be impossible for you if you have faith as a mustard seed. And I believe this morning that God's wanting to remind us He is with us. He is never going to leave us. And in Him, we have no limits. All across the building, would you stand to your feet this morning?